Last up, big game. So, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles: The Crystal Bearers.
Yeah, that's so Crystal Chronicles. What's the idea about the world of the Crystal Chronicles? Because they've had the DS games, which one of them we actually really liked.
Yeah.
Remember, we had somebody with you and you were doing all this like platforming and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't understand the concept of Final Fantasy world, which is always a different world for for the most part.
Yeah.
And then Final Fantasy Chronicles.
Crystal
Is it just
Chronicles
for kids. Because that's the feel that I get.
It does feel like that. I mean, like, so one thing that I will note about this is they actually interviewed the developers on this game, and they went out. You know, like we talk about Nintendo being more casual.
Yeah.
They actually said, like, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles: The Crystal Bearers. I would very much like your grandmother to be able to play this game.
Ooh.
Like they're just saying, like, this should be fun for the whole family. Anybody should be able to pick it up and play it. You know, it's like Wii Sports for RPGs.
Very RPG light. I can definitely see that. But the weird thing is, like, we got a chance to play about 20 minutes, and granted, about 19 of it was cutscenes.
Yeah.
But we were like getting into it. We're like, oh, cool! You can like pick up items, you can throw them, and I'm like, wow, I hope they do some cool stuff with this.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you go back to our TGS show. Yeah. I was genuinely excited. I was just like, because you got stuck in a lot more cutscenes than me, but I was doing all this shit where, I was really enjoying like using your telekinetic powers to lift up blocks, and this girl would be falling, and you'd catch her, and they was doing all this stuff, and I was like, wow, this could be really interesting use of the Wiimote.
If you kind of make it and put it into the world of Final Fantasy, you add all of the RPG elements where you have health, and strength and mana,
maybe multifaceted combat, something
perhaps of some
complex.
Sort. But I didn't see any of that.
So this game's fucking weird. Like,
with game?
Sorry. That's bold. Experience. This series of bits on a disc.
This mini game collection.
This world that you inhabit is weird.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on in this world.
I could not find the game. I really couldn't find the game. I mean, like, there is a bare bones minimal combat system. Combat,
yeah, where the combat really relies on picking up shit and throwing it at other shit.
Right, and there's like there's some monsters that shoot shit out their mouth where you can pick them up, and when you pull the throw trigger, instead of throwing them, it just shoots bullets out their mouth. But the funny thing is you can't tell before you pick them up if they're going to be that kind of monster, right? So it's just like a lot of times I would try and throw them, and they'd be shooting, and I mean, it was just crap. Like, the combat was garbage. It was just like, pick up a rock, throw it at a dude, pick up a dude, throw another dude, I
mean, I got to a point where, like, I don't think I played as much as you did, but, I went everywhere, and I started walking. I'm like, okay, walk to this town. I'm walking, I see some monsters. Like, let me go kill them.
Yeah.
I see some more monsters. Let me go kill those guys. Let me go find some shit. And I'm like, why am I doing all of this stuff?
Exactly. What is the context?
I don't understand. Yeah. There's no health. There's no, like, experience. There's no reason to go pick up shit or fight monsters or do any of this stuff.
Nope. And the best part is, speaking of things with no reason.
Yeah.
Did you get to the beach scene?
No, I did not.
Okay,
so tell me about the beach scene.
So this dude, the hero of the story, is supposed to be out saving the world, and he's like, I have to go over here, and you got to walk over there, and he's like, now I have to go over here, and you're like, you don't ever really understand why, but it's very important to
you have
the
a job
world
to do.
that there's he's a crystal bearer, and somebody stole some purple shit from some other dude, and he's just like, I'm on a fucking mission to save the world. So he shows up at this beach, and suddenly he spends like 5 minutes talking to these girls at the beach, and then these girls at the beach start playing a game where they're trying to balance on a floating raft.
Yeah.
And then you sit there and you have to like use your telekinesis to help the girls not lose the game where they're balancing on this raft against these other bitchy girls at the beach. No reason.
Do you get anything?
Nope. It's just this stupid, pointless series of mini games where it's just. It's not an RPG. It's just a game. It's not a game. It's like a couple dumbass mini games, no plot of any consequence. It's kind of pretty.
A little for the Wii. It looks freaking amazing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a good-looking game.
And like, I feel like I'm in a Final Fantasy world. They really do a good job with like getting the Moogles and getting Chocobos and doing all this other random stuff and having the same archetype characters that you're going to be seeing in all these Final Fantasy games. But I'm like, I always feel like I should be doing something in a Final Fantasy game.
Right.
I really do. It's just like,
and you know what your
dude,
next
shit's
thing
happening.
Is.
Yeah.
It's like whether you're grinding to pick up some levels, like whether you're looking around for an item that you need, whether
or
you're
I'm hunting a monster, or it's just like, oh, I need this one thing, this one piece of armor, I got to do something. There's always a reason.
But you're basically, at this point, you're walking from point A to B and then watching what happens and then maybe playing a minigame. So it's just like he walks in and they're like, oh, there's this engine that I need you to power with your crystal bearer powers.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's going to be a minigame. No. Yeah. It is you watching a movie of him powering the engine with his mini powers, and then something else happens. You're like, where's the game? I can't find it.
Well, but the thing is, what bothers me is, like, seriously, if they want the grandmothers to play, does that seriously work? Because let me make my argument. It's like Wii Sports, you still get like the score that helps and that gives you something. It's just like,
oh, and it tracks your progress over time.
There's a game-like element. If you're just like kicking a ball around the field, like, okay, fine, you're just playing around.
Right.
That's what I feel this game is. But when you add a goal that you have to put it in and you get a point, it's a game. That doesn't exist. Right? It does not exist in Final Fantasy Chronicles.
The closest you can get is there's this weird bullshit that they never explain where the sun comes up and down or whatever it is, where it's just like it goes from evil world to good world and never explained.
What?
So you'll be fighting monsters and then you've got almost all of them killed and then all of a sudden it's just like me and then all of a sudden the world's really cheerful and there's no monsters.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out why does it happen.
I don't know. I don't know. But the point is while you're in evil world, which I would maybe compare back to Castlevania 2, where it's like night and day,
or Bayonetta, or you can walk on walls.
Right? Sure.
Sure.
So if you kill all the monsters in one particular zone, you get one more bar of health on your thing.
Oh, is that what happens? Because the thing is, I would fight him, and there's like one guy left. I was looking around, I see him, I start running, and then it changes, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? And then I wait a little while, and they all come back, and they're all back again. I'm like,
yeah.
That's when I turned it off. I said, fuck this game.
Yeah, fuck you for what you've just done to me. Yeah, I would like to review this game, but I was unable to find it.
I think this is the thing for if we go to hell, we're going to be forced to play something like this for eternity with no purpose.
Yeah, where it's not as much bad as you don't know what you're doing.
There's no reason for
us
exactly.
to do like why have you done this to me? It's just like somebody just walks up to you in the street and just slaps your face. Like, why'd you do that? They're like, I don't know. Because purple.
That's what this game is all about. It's purple.
Yeah.
All right.
This game is purple. So
I can't believe
this game was 4 years in development.
What? Well, I can tell, dude. This game looked like it had a lot of work put in it to make 5 billion mini games, which don't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is like the epitome of a casual game designed by committee. You know what I mean? Maybe this is
I think so. Yeah, it has
this
feeling,
is just
dude.
like a bunch of Japanese people, and every one of them has an idea of what a casual game is. So you take the average of 100 people's idea of a casual game,
and get 1,000 people to build it.
Wow. And this is what you have: a steaming pile of poo.
I just can't believe we were like, man, I can't believe Square Enix took so long. It might have made our list for best Wii game.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. I was so fucking amped for this game just because I was ready to have a really fun Wii game.
Yeah.
And this was not it. So
boom.
So